Hello, good morning, everyone. Brenda over here at B.laster Works, and it's time for our 10 minutes a day Essence of Time challenge, where we just take 10 minutes of our day to create. And sometimes you can get stuff done in 10 minutes, and sometimes you can't. You get stuff started though. So yesterday we started our asphalt page, which was just sand, some gesso, black gesso, and then some matte medium. And I did add a little bit of gray to the paint to lighten up the black a little bit. The picture I posted yesterday looked more blue. It is more of a lighter black, gray black. I don't know the color, but yeah. But the picture, because of I took it outside on my back patio, and it was just morning light coming up, and then that's why it had that blue hue. But it is more black. But anyway, as you see, I've already mapped out my stripe. I did that usually. If the page is not in the book, I will just take a piece of cardboard and put it there, paint part of the stripe, and then put the cardboard on the other side, paint part of the stripe, and then paint the middle. But because it's in this kind of book and it's kind of awkward, I decided to go ahead and just tape my stripe instead. No measuring, just kind of eyeballing it. Depends on how close you are to the asphalt or how far away. So you could have like little stripes, to mimic like a street. You could have it going right down the middle, reflectors, whatever, you can do it any way you want. I'm just going to add one little stripe. I'm going to use yellow, and the yellow is going to be kind of bright. But we're going to grunge that up a little bit with some brown inks and black inks and all that kind of stuff. So, and then I feel like I need to water it down a little bit. It's kind of thick. I want some of this black to come through. So, but we'll do that as we go. Let me start my timer. So I'm going to paint the stripe yellow. We're going to try to see how grungy we can get it within our 10 minutes. And hopefully we can do pretty good. If not, I can just go back and grunge it up some more later. But as long as you guys get the idea, this is what we want it to look like when we're done. As you see, some of the black, it's not a solid yellow. And then I also sprayed or have some brown inks in there. I have looks like a tire mark going across, and I did that. I think I did that with, where's my stencil at? Why am I losing everything? Oh, here it is. I think I did that with this stencil. I don't remember. But to me, the chevron looks kind of like a bicycle tire, doesn't it? So I'm pretty sure I used this in here and did the stencil with a little bit of black. So we're going to do that. And then sand, if we have time, we're going to sand a little bit of the sanding part, and it'll kind of look like highlights in there on some of the sand. But yeah, so that's our goal today. Okay, so let me start my timer, and we'll get to painting. All right, let's see. And like I said, it's not. Yeah, it is kind of bright, isn't it? It's kind of bright. I'm not even sure if this is the yellow I used the last time, but it's the one I'm using this time. Let's see, what other yellows do I have? I don't even think I have any other yellows that I can mix with it. Yellow ochre, but that's not really yellow. Yeah, oh well. Which I'm using sunflower. Oh yeah, sunflower yellow is kind of bright. Just the name alone should have told me. It's probably not the yellow I used last time, but that's okay. As long as we get the message here, right? Probably could add a little bit of brown paint to this too. We can try that. So in case anybody else has a bright yellow and they want to darken it up, we'll add a little bit of brown paint to it. Let's see what happens if we do that. All right, let's see. Where's my brown? Let's get some of my cheap brown. Just brown. Here's some regular brown. We're going to add a little bit of that. And just put it down there. Let's see. I'm just going to take a little dab and see what happens. Well, it does make it a little bit grungier. Do kind of like that. Let's add a little bit more here. let this kind of dry a little bit. I'll air dry it, or not air dry it. I'll use my heat gun. Hold on, let me just get some of these brush strokes out of there, because it's real. I added that retarder to it also, to my paint, and so it's making it very thin. So you're seeing the brush strokes more. But let's try that and see, and then we'll add another layer. It's not completely dry, but let's now go over it with a little bit more yellow. And I'm spotting it like this because I'm trying to avoid too many brush strokes in there. Let's add some brown in there. So see, we're already kind of grunging up our yellow just by adding a little bit of brown. I may not even have to add a brown stain later because of the paint. The paint's already there. All right, let's call that done. All right, I like how you can still see some of the black coming through, a little bit of browns in there. Let's add a little bit more brown. Oop, that was too much. I didn't want to add that much brown. All right, let's see if we can blend that in a little bit. Someone spilled their coffee right there, I think. Add some more yellow. If I have any more yellow, I'm running out of yellow over here. That's okay though. Yeah, I kind of like it. All right. Okay, we're done with that. Let's dry it. I have a few minutes left. So I'm going to go overtime today because this doesn't warrant stretching it out until tomorrow. You know what I mean? Because I'm just going to add the chevron, and we'll just say drying time, kind of, you know, shouldn't be dinged for drying time. A little bit spill over here, that's okay. It's more realistic that way. You know, when they paint the stripes, they're not always perfect. If it happens to you and you don't like it, you just take black, go over it. It doesn't bother me though. I'm just trying to make it dry enough so I can do the chevron stencil. I think that's good. All right, I have like a minute left. Where's my chevron? Let's just do this. All right. Let's see. Let's have the bite mark going like that. I'm going to use this second one. All right, where's my? Just get some black ink. Try not to do it too dark at first. Let's just see. I can go a little darker than that. And especially in the middle, because that's where most of it would be seen instead of on the edges. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's there. All right, let's turn off this. Okay, so that's done. Could even do more if you wanted to. But you can just kind of like grunge it up, you know, like that. If we sand it, I'll show you that. Can you guys see it? Oh, you guys probably can't see that. Well, I'll try to zoom in when I edit. But you'll see it makes it look kind of dusty, and yeah, not so new, you know what I mean? It's hard to see. For myself, it's hard to see what I'm doing here. Yeah. Some of the dust could be coming off of this and sticking to here because of the texture. All right, so that looks pretty good. Let's see. Let's add some spritz. I wish I had a permanent ink. I don't. I wonder if I did like alcohol ink. Let's try that. Let's just see if we did a drop. You know, like someone spilled something there. Yeah. See, so you can add stains like that. All right. Let's see. Oop, I didn't mean to do that, but that's okay. Just want to do that. Actually, I can make that bigger. There we are. Okay, what would happen if I sprayed that with alcohol? Let's see. I don't know. Hopefully it doesn't mess up my chevron, but I can always go over that a little bit. Oh, you know what? I'll dabble some alcohol on there. Doing anything? Not much. Okay, not much. It does kind of, actually, I like that. It does kind of lift it out of the middle. Let's do that in the middle. Because, after a while, stains, they're dark around the edges and not so much in the middle. You know what I mean? So that's cool. Okay. I like that. But yeah, okay. I'm happy with that. Like on my other one, I had blue in there. So you can always add, see here, blue. And I think what I did was when I did this was like a oxide. I just dabbed a matte medium over it to keep it there. And here is where my microphone went out. So here I'm just explaining that you can see the sanding better on that one because there was more sand. It was grittier. This one is a little bit smoother in the book, but I did that on purpose because it is inside the book. I didn't put as much sand in the asphalt, but it's okay. And then now I think I am talking about the stripe and adding some more black permanent ink to it. What this will do will bring out the texture of the grit. And I'm also thinking of making myself another one of these and using it for a cover for a trash journal for street found trash. All right, just realized my microphone went out, so I don't know when it went out. But yeah, so what I was saying was you could also get fiber paste or some kind of paste or some and make a gum and just kind of put a wad there. You could color it whatever color you want, squish it, So you could do whatever you want on your background. But that's just the start. This is our background, our asphalt background. I'm going to let you guys go. This one turned out a little bit longer, but I didn't want to extend it into a third day. All right. Thanks for joining me, you guys. Love y'all. See you tomorrow. Tschüss.